Hello friends, and welcome to This Week in the Stars for the week of March 9th, 2026 from a True Sky Sidereal Astrology perspective. Let's just take a few moments and tune into the sky together and feel into the energetic landscape of this coming week. As we move into this week, we're still in the final stages of eclipse season. Eclipses are powerful turning points in the larger rhythm of life. They often shake loose what has been hidden beneath the surface. They accelerate timelines, reveal truth, and bring things into alignment that may have been quietly building for months or even years. Last week's lunar eclipse may have stirred emotions, realizations, or unexpected shifts in people's lives. And now, as we move through the days following that eclipse, we begin to see what starts to materialize from those shifts. This is often the moment when the dust begins to settle, just enough for new clarity to appear. So if you've been feeling like things are rearranging themselves internally or externally, you're not imagining that. You're witnessing a natural part of the cosmic rhythm. Now, as we move into Monday, March 9th, we have a supportive alignment where Mercury forms a trine with Jupiter. And at that same time, Jupiter stations direct in Gemini. And when Jupiter stations direct, it's like a great planetary teacher slowly turning its gaze forward again. During this retrograde period, Jupiter has been encouraging a more internal process, reflection, learning, reviewing beliefs and perspectives. But as Jupiter begins moving forward again, something begins to expand outward. Ideas that have been forming beneath the surface, they can begin to find their voice. Conversations can open, understanding deepens, and collectively, humanity may begin to see new narratives emerging, new ways of interpreting the world, new information circulating, new perspectives gaining momentum. And because Jupiter is moving through Gemini, the energy here is very connected to communication, information, learning, and the exchange of ideas. We may see more discussions happening globally, more information moving through the networks, more curiosity and questioning arising in people. On an individual level, many people may feel a gentle mental clearing. Ideas that once felt confusing may begin to organize themselves. Conversations that needed to happen may begin to unfold. It's an energy that supports learning, sharing, and connecting. Then on Tuesday, March 10th, the sun moves into Pisces. Whenever the sun shifts signs, we feel a subtle change in the energetic atmosphere. Pisces energy softens the edges of life. It invites humanity to move beyond pure logic and reconnect with intuition, imagination, compassion, and spiritual awareness. After the intensity of an eclipse cycle, this can feel like a collective invitation to slow down, listen inward, to reconnect with the deeper emotional and spiritual layers of existence. For many people, sensitivity may increase, dreams may become more vivid, creativity may flow more easily. Pisces reminds us that not everything needs to be understood through the mind. Some things are meant to be felt, sensed, and experienced through the heart. And for the Earth herself, Pisces energy often amplifies the water element. Oceans, rainfall, emotional currents within humanity, and the deep collective unconscious that we all share. So this week, we may notice waves of emotion moving through the collective field, moments of empathy, moments of grief, moments of beauty and inspiration. All of this is part of the ocean of human experience. Then as we move toward the end of the week, a very interesting alignment forms. On Sunday, March 15th, Mars, Mercury, and the North Node come together in Aquarius. And when several planetary forces gather in one place, the energy becomes concentrated. Aquarius energy is often connected to the future of humanity, collective evolution, innovation, and awakening. Mars brings movement and action. Mercury brings communication and ideas, and the North Node represents the direction humanity is growing toward. So when these three meet, we may feel a spark of momentum toward new directions, both individually and collectively. People may feel more compelled to speak their truth. New ideas about society, technology, community, or the future may be gaining some traction. We may see more voices emerging, more conversations about how humanity moves forward from here. Aquarius often brings breakthroughs, moments where people begin to see possibilities that were not visible before. And on a personal level, many people may feel a subtle push to act on something they've been thinking about. A conversation that needs to be had, a new idea that wants to be shared, a step toward a different future. It's an energy that asks us to consider not only our individual lives, but also how we participate in the larger human story unfolding right now. When we look at this entire week together, there is an interesting pattern. First, we move through the aftershocks of the eclipse where truths and emotions surface. Then we see Jupiter turning forward, helping ideas and understanding expand. Then the sun enters Pisces, inviting deeper compassion and spiritual awareness. And finally, the week culminates with Aquarius energy activating the future path of humanity. In many ways, this is a week where we may begin to feel the early outlines of what comes next. Not everything will be fully clear yet, but seeds of direction begin to emerge. For humanity as a whole, this can be a time of reconsidering our collective story. For individuals, it can be a time of listening deeply to our intuition and instincts. And for the Earth herself, these shifts represent part of the ongoing dance between cosmic rhythms and the evolving consciousness of life on this planet. So as we move through this week, one simple question you might carry is this: what new direction is quietly trying to emerge in my life right now? You don't have to force an answer, just notice what begins to reveal itself. Because often after an eclipse cycle, life begins rearranging itself in ways we could not have predicted. And sometimes the wisest thing we can do is simply stay present, listen closely, and allow the next step to appear. Thanks, my friends, for tuning in. If I can support you with any of my services through sound, frequency, and meditation, please do not hesitate to reach out or go to my website, healingfrequencies.life, for more information. Until next time, bye for now.